YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. We've got the highly anticipated update. I made some content talking about this thing prior. This is actually on my A95L. It's just in my bedroom where I've got this TV position, 65-inch. We've had this thing since day one. But we've got the new firmware update. It is specifically titled V6.7480. And as you can see, critical update there, adds the screen size option to the game mode. Now, this is pretty unique. I'm looking to test this thing out. This was one of the things that made me very interested in the A95L as a gaming TV. Forgive me if my audio is a little jagged or jaded. I don't have my microphone clipped onto me, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing processed. Wanted to set some expectations as to what we be talking about, and we're gonna get this going right after this intro. All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. Real quick, so we got a PlayStation 5 set up here. I don't typically have anything up on this TV, but just the TV. It does a pretty good job of giving me audio. Not sure how long you've been following the channel, but I do have review content of the A5000 with some rears and a subwoofer. That's all proprietary audio that's going to connect to their soundbar. I've got that stuff in storage. I'm going to pull it out so we can revisit that at a later time. Moving on, we've got the PlayStation 5 connected to this thing. This is the A95K. So this is last year's pinnacle of what Sony had to offer, and in my opinion, a great offering it was. So if you've been following my community tab as of late, I've been watching a ton of content. Like, we just watched First Blood, Rambo 1, Rambo 2. We've been watching some television content. I've pretty much been watching content on the A95L and then revisiting the same content on the A95K. So just kind of getting some talking points together. So we're gonna have more to discuss. I want to get to this sweet spot feature that is screen resizing. So let's just talk about what this is, guys. All right, so first of all, I just got to take a moment to just appreciate how damn beautiful this thing looks. This looks absolutely just so impressive. I have not played a game on the A95L in some time. It's probably been since, I did all the comparisons, which, I never really like to have the TVs in a space that they don't look the best, like having one on the floor. In any event, let's talk about the feature set for a moment, okay? So with the A95K, which is what we have here, you hit the 1, 2, 3 button. It's a little bit different on A95L. You do have another opportunity on the screen. You have two, actually. So you start off with your VRR, you have your motion reduction, you have your crosshair type, and then you've got the screen size. I mean, this looks a little different than A95L. Excuse the shaky hand. But you've also got the ability to do screen size custom settings. So when we talk about like what is screen sizing, okay? So let's envision yourself having a bigger TV, like a 65-inch or dare I say a 77-inch A95L. And maybe you're playing Call of Duty or something to that effect. You're thinking to yourself, man, it's so big, it's too large, I can't really focus the way that I would want to. Well, this allows you to be able to resize that and have a true one-to-one representation. This is pretty cool because it's innovative. It's like, this isn't something that other companies are doing. So I like the direction they're going in with this. So you're able to just kind of like resize this image. Right, this puts us at an 80% window. You can go down as low as 30%. So 70% reduction of screen is what they are toting for this as a feature. Now you go up here, obviously you are very nice and tiny. So for those of you that might, feel like you want to have a smaller screen, you do have that as an option. Within this video, obviously, as you can see, we got some timestamps. It's not going to be a long upload. We'll talk about like my personal opinion about this and what direction I think they should go in. But at first glance, I think that this caters to a lot of people, especially those super competitive people that want to play with a smaller screen. This is the answer for you. Right? So I've got my adjustment set at about 42%, okay? So when going back to the game mode, I'm able to either go full screen, right? Or custom, which takes me back down to the preset that I created for myself, which, you know, this size will seem to work out best for me, depending on the title, the content, how close you'll be. One thing I want to say from a review perspective, obviously I'm this close up to this, right? I can't see that I've lost anything. Obviously the screen is smaller, so, you know, you would want a bigger screen to be able to take advantage of seeing more. But if you're more into like sitting up close, I'm not missing anything. Like I can't see that I've lost any graphical fidelity within what I'm watching. It's still 4K. I'm still getting I'm still retaining the same refresh rate, the frame rate, if you will. So there's that. So I think this is a very welcome feature. I think this is a step in the right direction. But I want to move from this to talk about where do we go from here. All right, so this caters wonderfully to a group of gamers. I won't say small or large that may be looking for this feature. You want a smaller screen so that you can be able to focus on less real estate, right? But, you know, for those of us that have invested into a larger screen, we want that screen for a reason. And I think Sony has an opportunity to continue to work on this, to bring this feature to the next level. This needs to be a full-on picture-in-picture, okay? Being able to resize the actual game portion is nice. What if we can take it to another step, right? What if I can say, hey, I've got my PlayStation 5 resized to 40%, 45%, 35%, 30%, whatever it may be, but the rest of that screen can still be utilized for another source. What if I say, hey, I'm gaming on this, but I'm also Twitch streaming or YouTube streaming. I want to be able to read comments. I want them all here. Opening this up for more customization, to have more content on the screen where that real estate is not being wasted. This canvas, if you will, of 65-inch or 75-inch or 55-inch is not being wasted, is where I think the opportunity rests itself. And so this is again, welcome feature. This is a great feature, right? Not available on the A95L yet. I've got it in 77-inch. So, you know, this feature alone does not speak exactly to what I would be looking for. The next step for me is being able to say, hey, I can resize this, but I can also reduce me. I can take away the need for me to have like a second screen. Me being like a PC gamer, somebody who likes to interact with my community as I'm gaming. Yes, I know with the PlayStation 5, you can game and you can see comments and the content that way. But the TV itself, right, making this a universal feature for PC gamers, right, for Xbox gamers, for PlayStation 5 gamers, or those that may have other consoles like the Switch. So again, great feature in the right direction. And I want to give kudos to Sony for bringing this to last year models. All of the K models appear to have got this, which is much like last year, or was it earlier this year, they added the game mode, the game optimizer to this TV, and some of the J models got that. So I think that's really good stuff. But I think there needs to be we need to go to the next level. Like, don't reserve it. Don't reserve it. Let's get to the drawing board. Let's create the blueprint so that we can make this thing what it really needs to be. It seems that somebody is listening. I'm not saying to me, but just to the general public from a gaming perspective on what gamers are going to be looking for. But you know, there's still some work to be done, because I know LG is in the lab. I'm hearing talks about 144 hertz. I mean, you know what I mean? It's some good stuff. But I wanted to make this content, put this together for you guys. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, man, max love.